Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another totally accurate predictions video with your big boy buddy Gore, and I'm here to make some totally accurate predictions. Of course, tomorrow is the Nintendo Direct for March 27th, 2025, the year of our Lord. And of course, it's 1 week before the big one, which is, I think, wait, is it 1 week exactly? Is it on Thursday or is it on Wednesday when the Nintendo Switch 2 one happens? Which makes it okay. I'm not gonna be I'm not gonna be honest. I'm not gonna be honest with you. Okay. The Earth is flat. There you go. That's not me not being honest. No, I'm gonna be honest. All right. If Knack 3 ain't here, I'm gonna be pissed. No, I'm just kidding. No, if the next week Switch 2 one is kind of mediocre, then I'll be very, I'll be like, what, why did you do two? You know what I mean? Like, I'm a little worried for the Switch 2 presentation next week. I feel like, I don't, like, like, what's going to be there? I mean, I get that there's going to be Switch 2 games and they're going to show things that are going to come probably in the next year or so also. They're not going to be all launch titled, obviously. But, like, I'm worried, okay? I'm worried. But also, you could say it the other way around, is that, like, maybe I should be less worried because now they were just like, oh, we have so much good stuff, we could fill 2 directs in a week. That's a good point too. Anyway, so I don't know. Anyway, so let's get to the predictions. I was having a hard time with this one, so I just wrote down a bunch of stuff that I think is likely to show up, but it's not going to be like mind blowing. But there is going to be things here that are, if they do show up, will be nice. So, all right, let's get to one thing that would be a big thing for me. And that is Metroid Prime 2 and 3. We had Metroid Prime 1 remastered. Where's 2 and 3? We all know you're working on it. Where is it? That would be kind of cool to have Metroid Prime 2 and 3 come out. Like, maybe even do a shadow drop for those like you did with Metroid Prime 1. Have them out now. And then 4, comes out later this year, I mean, this would be like the best time to do it. Like right now, just drop 2 and 3. Fuck it. They're like $30 each or wherever. And there you go. Cool. Because the Metro Prime 1 remaster was freaking fantastic. I never finished it, to be fair, but I maybe like 4 or 5 hours in. But it was fantastic from what I played. It looked great, played great. It was still a great game. It's still like one of the best games of all time. So, next game is Metroid Prime 4, new update and release date. Now, I think this game is definitely going to come to the Switch 1. Even though the last time we saw it, it looked really freaking good. And, like, it looked like it easily could have been a Switch 2 title. I think it will be also a Switch 2 title, and I think they'll even talk about that next week. I think a big part of what they're going to talk about with the Switch 2 is they're going to show some new games. Don't get me wrong. They're going to show, what you expect, I bet. A new Mario Kart, of course, we'll know about that. Which, by the way, we'll get to that in a second. But, I think a big thing they're going to talk about in the Switch 2 presentation, which I'll get to later on into more detail, because I'm going to do a predictions for that as well, is they're going to compare. Like here, like I think a lot of games are just going to run better on Switch 2, and they're going to talk about that. Because it's going to be backwards compatible. But there's games out there that just have a hard time reaching 30 or the rare 60 FPS. I think they're going to talk about like how games will look and play better. They'll just look and run better. So I think that's going to be one thing to expect here. Maybe Metroid Prime 4 will be here and it'll talk about on Switch 1. And maybe it'll even look like not as good. Maybe they'll even tease like it looks good, but it just doesn't look as good as we showed last year. And that's because next week we'll see Metroid Prime 2. I mean, Metroid Prime 2. Metroid Prime 4 on Switch 2. I have a feeling Metroid Prime 4 will be here, though. If any Metroid Prime thing is here, I think 4 is kind of definite, and it will get a release date, like a full-on release date. My guess would be September. That's my guess. So, anyway, next. Now, this one, some people are going to be like, what? Oh, Mario Kart 9, but no Switch 2 info. Because I'm like 900% sure Mario Kart 9 is Mario Kart 9 is going to be a Switch 1 and 2 game. Now, I don't know how that's going to work, if they're just going to make Switch 2 or Switch cartridges from now on, Switch 2 cartridges. Like, you just get a cartridge or a box and it says Switch 2, but you could still play it on the Switch 1. Or are they just going to have 2 separate versions? I'm going to assume they're not going to do that. They're going to go the Xbox route and the PlayStation route, where it's like, if you get the PS4 version of a game on PS5, you can just put it in the console and you'll get the PS5, or you'll put it in your PS5 console and you'll get the PS5 version. There's some rare exceptions. Sometimes you'll have to pay a little extra or something, but for the most part, most games let you get that extra next gen update. So I'm assuming that's gonna be the case, where if you get a Switch 1 version, you're fine. I don't know if Nintendo will want to have two different versions of a Switch cartridge out there, you know what I mean? So they might just make Switch 2 compatible with Switch 1 as well, but you just don't get the benefits. I don't know how that would work. Hold on one second. I just need to upload something. Here you go. You're watching me upload something. Bam, right there. How you like that? Anyway, so I don't know how that's gonna work. But that's probably not gonna be the case. They'll probably just have two different Switch uh boxes and cartridges. But anyway, so next, oh yeah, they're just gonna show Mario Kart 9. I don't know what else to say. It's gonna look really good. It's gonna look like exactly what you want from Mario Kart. Not what I want from Mario Kart. I want Double Dash, but whatever. Fuck what I want. All right, this one is very vague, but I think they're gonna tease like I mean like a real vague tease of something next week. I know they said they're not gonna talk about Switch 2 at all, but I would not be surprised if they have like a tease for a game they're going to show next week. Whether it be Mario or something, I don't know. But I would not be surprised if they have something, just like a little tease. Like, oh, because I could see them at the end, like when they're done, they go, and then next week we have the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, because that's how the English voiceovers are usually. They're very robotic. And then at the end they were like, but before we go, here's a tease for what to expect next week, and then they do this. Or they'll do 2. Do they usually do 2? They usually do 1 when they do the snap. They'll do 2 because it's Nintendo Switch 2 now. I think sometimes they do 2 snaps. Whatever. Anyway, point is that I think there's gonna be a tease. Next, I think this is gonna be shown. I just wrote Pokemon. I didn't even put Legends. ZA. I think that's gonna be there. I don't think we're gonna see much else. Maybe a trailer, full on. I don't think we're gonna see much. I was having a hard time thinking of what games got announced. I don't know if they're going to announce a lot of just Switch 1 games right now. Just Switch 1 period, no Switch 2. So I couldn't really think of anything else that would be announced. But Pokemon ZA, we'll probably get a new trailer for that. This, oh my god, I've been predicting this for the last like fucking 3 years. It better happen this time. Zelda, Wind Waker, and Twilight Princess HD ports. Come on. Do it. Do it. All right, it'll be the last of the Wii U stuff. We just got Xenoblade Chronicles X. Devil's Third, though. I feel like there's something else, too, we're missing. Am I the only one who thinks that like there's something missing from the Wii U? There has to be something else. Oh, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. There you go. Bring that over. You know, that highly acclaimed game. Mario Tennis. No, that's okay. Oh, that could be. Oh shit! I need to write that down for next week. A new Mario Tennis game. It's been what, like 6 years since the last one? 7 years maybe. That could be it. That could be. All right. Anyway, 1-2 Switch 3. Anyway, all right. So that better be there. I'm gonna be upset if it's not. This actually will probably be there, and that's the new Professor Layton game. I think that's gonna be here. It's been like 2 years since they announced it, because they announced it like 2023, I want to say. Never played the Professor Layton games, but if this is like a good like starting point, then maybe I'll play this one. Not that I couldn't get into them, I just never played them to begin with. I think I may think about it. I may have started one of them and just couldn't get into them or something like that. I'm a big Ace Attorney fan. I for some reason those two franchises are like butt heads to the point where they made a game where they versed whatever. Yeah, I was always an Ace Attorney fan, more so than Professor Layton. But maybe I didn't even think about that. Maybe a Professor Layton compilation. I didn't even think about that. There isn't one on Switch. Dude, we got another code. The fucking the Trace Memory remakes. If we don't get Professor Layton, maybe not remakes, just a collection, that'd be crazy. I sure wrote down in our collection. Is there an our Castlevania collection that could happen? I guess the N64 games. The Unwanted collection. I'm okay. I don't want to play those. The Lords of Shadow collection, I guess. That's already a thing, but they could put it to Switch, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, I also wrote down new Ace Attorney game. They've already done all these compilations and stuff. I'm actually playing Ace Attorney Investigations right now, and I'm really liking it. Because I actually never played those games. So, well, the first one I had, I never played it, and the second one never came to America. So until now, so now I could play it. But new Ace Attorney game. It's finally time I put it. It's been too long. The last one was like 2018. because I mean, I guess the Great Ace Attorney collection I think was technically new. I think some of those games are actually new. I'm not 100% sure, but it was new for us because we never got them, to be fair. But like, it's been a little while since we've had an Ace Attorney game, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, Ace Attorney's pretty big right now, when it comes to all these ports and stuff, and I think they do pretty well. So I wouldn't be surprised if a new one shows up. I also wrote down this because they've ported every other Phoenix Wright game or Ace Attorney game, so I would not be surprised if we get this, a port of Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton, or I think it's the other way around, but whatever, Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright. I would not be surprised if we get that because, one, we got all those ports of the Ace Attorney games, and two, the game's fucking expensive on 3DS. I bought it when it first came out because I was a huge Ace Attorney fan. I still haven't played it because I heard you have to play a lot of Professor Layton stuff, which is not surprising. But I wasn't like a big fan of Professor Layton at the time, so it was kind of like a deterrent. I also heard the story itself, while good, is not like up there with some of the best Ace Attorney games. So I never really played it at all, really. Yeah, so I'm excited for more of either the franchise, just because I feel like Danganronpa's done. We're getting other Danganronpa like things and stuff. Like when it comes to like visual novel franchises, we don't really have too many. I mean, I know, to be fair, Professor Layton's not really a visual novel. It's more like puzzle games with visual novel elements. I guess the same thing about Phoenix, right? I guess I don't know. We don't have a lot of those franchises anymore. I feel like, I don't know. Am I missing something? Danganronpa's gone. Zero Escape hasn't made a game in fucking like 9 years. They do other things now, I guess. To be fair, I guess. Yeah. All right. Well, the Somnium Files, actually. But that one's not really a visual novel. You're walking around, like, figuring things out, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Anyway, next, I put this just because I'm sure it'll be here. I think, is it called Fantasy Life R, or is it, like, I or something? Wait, Fantasy Life. Let me see. Fantasy Life I. Sorry, I put R. For some reason, I thought it was R, but I think I'm thinking of, what was the game that has R in the title at the end? There's something that has R at the end of something. I think that might have been a Nerve Code, actually. I think that's a sequel. Anyway, whatever. New Fantasy Life I trailer. Of course, that's a game that looks pretty good, actually. I want to say the developers, something happened with them recently. Did they get fired or something like that? Something crazy happened recently with the developers. But it looks good, so I figure we'll get another trailer for that. New Kirby game. I just wrote it in there because it's been a little while. The Forgotten Land, or what the fuck it was called, came out like 3 years ago at this point, maybe. And it was really good. I really like that game, but it's been a little while. So, wait, did it, or was that 2023? I mean, it's still been long enough. I think the Forgotten Land, that was 20. No, it was 2022. I was right. I really like that game. I can't believe it's been 3 years since that came out. That's sorry, I'm just thinking about the grave. Anyway, so anyway, so new Kirby game. I don't know what it'll be like. Maybe another amazing mirrors shit, or I don't know. Yeah, it's Deltarune. All right, this one everybody has been asking for, so I just put it on there because I could totally see it. Deltarune has been in Switch directs before, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see the newest chapters for Deltarune. I'm gonna wait until it's all out before I play it, so just throwing that out there, because I did play Undertale and I did really like it. But anyway, new Fire Emblem, could be Switch 1 and 2. I just wrote that because why not? It's been a little while since the last Fire Emblem game was. It been also about, what, 2-3 years since the last one? Yeah, why not? Could be a remake too. I heard a lot of people were like, "Oh, remake, yay!" Of like the first ever game. I think that'd be kind of cool. So, a collection of all the 3DS games. Actually, all of them. Fuck it, go nuts. That could happen. A Fire Emblem collection for the Switch game. I mean, for the 3DS games. That could totally happen, because I think the Fire Emblem one isn't on the Switch Online right now. I think the second one is too. The ones we got. I say the first one, but it was really like the fucking 8th one. But whatever. All right. Well, anyway, that also could happen. They port all the Japanese ones we never got and then translate them. That would be insane, actually. Anyway, so there you go. That's it. Remember when they had the first game? They translated it and then they made it available for only like a month or so. I still have that collector's edition, which I think the code is probably expired at this point. Anyway, Switch Online is the last thing I have. Really, it was hard to come up with things. Switch Online, new N64 and GBA games, maybe a new console of games like GameCube. I mean, I'm sure we'll see something Switch Online there. But again, this is only gonna be a 30-minute show, so it's kind of hard to figure out exactly what they'll show, especially if they do show Metro Prime. Because I have a feeling if they show Metro Prime 4, it's going to be like a good snippet of gameplay. So that might take up a few minutes right there. They're going to talk a little bit. They're going to have the headlines things too, which I really like those. Where they go like, here's this, here's that. And so there'll be some indie games in there. But they haven't done a Nintendo Indie World thing in a little while. I wonder when we'll get that. Anyway, so there you go. That's it. That's all I got for you today. Go away now. Anyway, tell me your predictions in the comments, not in the description. Anyway, that's it. I have nothing else. That's it. That's all I came up with. Totally accurate predictions. There you go. Here it is. Just pay attention real quick. There you go. I'm just making them fly. Anyway, there you go. That's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be streaming, of course, at 10 a.m. I'll be live maybe a few minutes early just to get ready. But I'll be there live streaming, of course. Anyway, that's it. Bye.